Final day of solving rational equations. This one is going to have a quadratic in it, a little bit like yesterday's homework. So let's take a look. Say we've got 1 equals 5 over x plus 3 plus 5 over x squared plus 5x plus 6. So what we need to do to solve this is get a common denominator, but to do that we're going to have to factor this guy. So let's take a look. What does that factor into? Well, what multiplies to 6 and adds to 5? Let's see. How about 2 and 3? So x plus 2, x plus 3 is our least common denominator. So if you notice on the right-hand side, it's here. Part of it is here, x plus 3. The 1 is all by itself. So the first thing I'll do, I'll think of this as 1 over 1 equals 5 over x plus 3 plus 5 over x plus 3, x plus 2. So what is each side missing? Well, the left side is missing everything. So I'm going to multiply by x plus 3, x plus 2 on the top and on the bottom, because that's law. What you do to the top, you do to the bottom. On the other side of the equal sign, I'm missing the x plus 2. So I'll multiply that on top and bottom. And this final term is missing nothing, so I'll leave it alone. So now it's time to distribute. So x times x is x squared plus x times 2 is 2x plus 3 times x is 3x plus 2 times 3 is 6. On the other side, 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 2 is 10. Each of these is over x plus 3, x plus 2, x plus 3, x plus 2. And the final term I get to leave alone because, as we've said before, it already has the common denominator in it. So all the denominators are the same, which means all the pieces are cut into equal sized pieces so we can compare. At this point, it's important to notice that x cannot be -2 or -3. Those are the excluded values. So let's get to work with the numerators. X squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 5x plus 10 plus 5. Getting all the like terms together, x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 5x plus 15. Now, I have a quadratic, which means that everything has to get over to the left side by the x squared. I need this to be 0 on the right-hand side, so I'm going to subtract 5x. I'm going to subtract 15. And what's left? X squared is left. 5x minus 5x is 0. 6 minus 15 is -9, and that equals 0. So, at this point, I recognize dots. So let's factor x squared plus minus 9 into x minus 3, x plus 3 equals 0. Time for a t-chart. X minus 3 equals 0, so x equals 3. X plus 3 equals 0, so x equals -3. Now our excluded values, which somehow disappeared, are -2 and -3. So before I think I'm done, I'd better check. Any of these the same? Yep, this guy and this guy are the same, so I cannot use the -3. The only answer I have is x equals 3, and I'm done.